You are losing money every single night, and you don't even realize it's happening. That quiet loss starts the moment your head hits the pillow, and your brain never fully recovers.
This is not about being tired or lazy. It is about operating at a reduced mental capacity daily.
Welcome to Upstride, Unity, where smart people learn real strategies, think sharper, and spot opportunities others miss.
Here is what most people completely misunderstand about productivity, and this is where it gets interesting. They think working longer hours creates better results, but the opposite is happening silently. The real problem is not effort. It is the condition your brain is operating in daily. And this is where people start losing money without even noticing the pattern forming. This hidden issue is called presenteeism, and it is one of the biggest productivity killers globally. It means you are physically present at work, but mentally disconnected from your highest capability. You are sitting at your desk, but your thinking is slow, foggy, and unfocused.
Here is what this actually looks like in real life during a normal working day.
You read the same email multiple times, but the meaning never fully registers in your mind. You sit in meetings, hear the discussion, but cannot form clear ideas or responses. You try to focus on simple tasks, but everything feels harder than it should be.
Most people think this is just a bad day, but the reality is much more serious. This is a neurological performance issue caused directly by poor sleep quality and duration. And this is where the financial impact starts building silently over time.
A study from Harvard Medical School found something most people completely ignore.
Insomnia-driven productivity loss is costing the U.S. economy over $63 billion every year. That number is not abstract. It represents lost output from people working below their actual ability. Here is the uncomfortable truth most people avoid thinking about clearly.
You are part of that number every time you show up mentally underperforming at work.
And this is where the situation becomes more serious than most people realize.
The average worker with poor sleep loses over 11 days of productivity every single year.
They are not taking sick leave. They are working, but producing significantly less value daily.
This is more dangerous than missing work, because it goes completely unnoticed for long periods. And when you expand this beyond insomnia, the numbers become even more alarming.
A broader analysis shows sleep deprivation costs can reach over $400 billion annually. This includes healthcare costs, errors, poor decisions, and long-term performance decline across industries.
So the real issue is not just feeling tired. It is a system-wide performance breakdown.
And this is where most people are completely blind to what is actually happening. Now let's break down what is happening inside your brain when sleep is not optimized properly. Because once you understand this, your entire perspective on productivity starts to change.
Your brain does not treat sleep as rest. It treats it as active maintenance and repair.
When you reduce sleep, you are interrupting critical processes that keep your mind functioning properly. Here is a powerful comparison that most people underestimate completely. Sleeping 5 to 6 hours reduces your cognitive performance to a level similar to being legally drunk. You would never attend an important meeting in that condition, but many people do this daily.
And this is where the real problem becomes dangerous without clear awareness. You do not realize how impaired you are because your perception is also affected.
You feel slightly off, but your actual performance is far below your real capability.
first, your focus begins to break down through something called microsleeps. These are short, involuntary mental blackouts that happen without obvious physical signs. You may be looking directly at your screen, but your brain is not processing any information.
This is why small details are missed, and tasks require repeated effort to complete properly.
Your brain is essentially flickering between active and inactive states throughout the day. And this is where productivity starts collapsing in subtle but consistent ways.
Second, your memory and learning ability become significantly weaker without proper sleep cycles.
During deep sleep, your brain organizes and stores information collected throughout the day. Without this process, new knowledge remains unstructured and quickly fades from memory. This means you are working harder to learn, but retaining far less information overall. And this is where your long-term growth starts slowing down without obvious warning signs.
Third, your emotional control and decision-making ability start deteriorating quickly under sleep deprivation. The rational part of your brain becomes weaker, while your emotional responses become stronger and unstable. This creates overreactions, poor judgment, and unnecessary stress during normal situations. And most people think this is personality or pressure, but the real issue is neurological imbalance. And this is where small problems turn into bigger conflicts and costly decisions over time. Finally, your creativity and problem-solving ability drop significantly when your brain is underrested.
These functions require a well-rested prefrontal cortex to generate new ideas and solutions. Without proper sleep, your thinking becomes rigid, repetitive, and limited to basic patterns. This is where people stop innovating and start only reacting to problems instead of solving them. This is where real opportunities are missed without obvious awareness.
Now this connects directly to a belief that has been widely accepted, but completely misunderstood.
The idea that sleeping less leads to greater success is one of the most damaging myths today. Many people believe working longer hours proves dedication and increases productivity over time.
But the data shows something very different when you analyze performance outcomes carefully.
People sleeping less than 6 hours experience higher productivity loss compared to well-rested individuals. The extra hours gained at night are lost through inefficiency, mistakes, and slower thinking the next day.
This means you are trading high-quality output for longer hours of low-quality work consistently.
And this is where people feel busy, but fail to produce meaningful results over time.
A recent study shows that more than half of people are not getting enough sleep regularly. This trend is increasing, which means the problem is becoming more widespread across industries. So the real opportunity here is not working harder, but fixing the system most people ignore. And this is where smart individuals start gaining a clear advantage over others.
Now let's move into the practical part, because this is where real improvement begins. The goal is not perfection. It is creating a system that consistently improves your sleep quality. The first step is creating a transition period before sleep, instead of stopping work instantly. Your brain cannot switch from high activity to deep rest without a gradual slowdown process. This is why a structured wind-down routine is essential for consistent sleep quality improvement. Reducing screen exposure helps regulate melatonin and prepares your brain for sleep naturally. The second step is maintaining a consistent sleep schedule across both weekdays and weekends. Your body relies on rhythm, and inconsistency disrupts your internal timing system significantly. The third step is optimizing your sleep environment for darkness, cool temperature, and minimal noise. Your brain responds strongly to these signals and adjusts sleep quality based on environmental conditions.
The fourth step is controlling what you consume, especially caffeine and late-night heavy meals. These directly interfere with your ability to fall asleep and maintain deep sleep cycles. The fifth step starts in the morning, not at night, which most people completely overlook.
Exposure to natural light helps reset your internal clock and improves sleep quality later that night. And this is where everything starts connecting into a simple but powerful insight. Sleep is not separate from productivity. It is the foundation that determines your daily performance. If you fix your sleep, your focus improves, your decisions become sharper, and your output increases naturally. If you ignore it, you continue losing time, energy, and money without realizing the real cause.
So now the question becomes simple and direct for you to answer personally. What is one change you are going to make tonight to protect your performance tomorrow? If you want to understand how to maximize your productivity and income using systems like this, watch this next video.
Subscribe to Upstride if you want real strategies, sharper thinking, and opportunities most people miss.